All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the fish tank barn. So we've got let's see who we've got here. All right, we've got Don Gallagher. Chewy's here. How's it going, Chewy? Welcome. We've got Candy, Scott from King and Queen Cichlids, and Liz. Mr. B's, I think I already said. Susan from SLC Aquatics. Susie Q from Q Aquatics. Let's see. I think that's we got Vinovsky Tanks is here. Petzotics. Scott Backer's here. Shelby Ray Lane is here. So I think we hit everybody. So definitely welcome, guys. Oh, no audio. All right, hold on. Oh, helps if we put the audio. Shoot. Hold on. Hold on. Really no audio, Chewy? Or just Chewy? Oh, you guys have audio? Okay. Oh, okay. Because it was showing, I'm showing that I had audio, so. Yeah, miss you guys too. It's definitely kind of depressing. It's good and depressing at the same time coming home. So definitely Aquatic experience was a great time. So oh yeah, so Dr. Black, yeah, the daylight savings time it's staggered in the U.S. So I think it'll be in a couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind. Forgot about that. So let me see here. Where are we gonna get hit first? I guess. Let's go ahead and hit some of the events. So we'll hit the events here. So there are quite a few events that are coming up. So let me go ahead here and go ahead and go through those. The first one is the Grand Valley Aquarium Club is having their auction. That's going to begin at 9 a.m. as it says there. That's going to be Saturday, October 26th in Wyoming, Michigan. So definitely keep that in mind. Let me see who else. We got Dr. Black's here, we said. Let me see if we missed anybody else. Yeah, I think Dr. Black is going on. And then after Dr. Black tonight, it's going to be JH Aquatics as well. So make sure to check him out as well. I did see him at the Aquatic Experience. So if you're anywhere near Grand Rapids, Michigan, definitely check out the GVAC auction. Hey, Patricia, how's it going? Hey, Fishroom Fever. So check that auction out. They have very good club auctions. I've not been to one of their big auctions yet, but definitely looking forward to going to that. And then November 9th is going to be the Motor City Aquarium Club auction. Motor City Aquarium Club auction. And that's going to be November 9th in Madison Heights, Michigan. So if you're in the Metro Detroit area, go ahead and hit that one. And then the final one is going to be the Ohio Cichlid Association 25th Annual Extravaganza. I will be there. So that'll be definitely a good time as well. I've not been to that show, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. So, and then the last picture there, basically that was our last auction. So somebody auctioned off a bag of 85 guppies. Or sorry, basically a grocery bag of guppies. So, okay, so it's a party event. Okay, all right. I don't drink, but I'll hang out and do whatever. I'll go find ice cream with somebody. So. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the we'll hit the next thing here. Actually, we'll do the next thing we're gonna do is we'll switch it back to me, and we'll do some of the unbox some of the things that we had from the Aquatic Experience. So let me go ahead here and we'll do some of the stuff here first. Oh, damn, Scott. So, let's see. I think I'm missing some stickers. So, let me see what else we got in here. Like this one. Hey, Caleb. These. Let's see what else we got. I think that was it. If I missed anyone's sticker, I apologize. But we've got a multi-tank addiction sticker. We've got the good old, hey Daryl, how's it going? Good old New York Gold. Got the River Life. And we have the One Fish, Two Fish ROC. So definitely some good channels to go check out. Check out Scott from King and Queen Cichlid as well. Hung out with him for quite a while at the show. That was a great time. And then, I forgot one thing here. And they gave some to my kids too, but this is the Aquarium Co-op Murphy pin. So, did get one of these as well. So, hey, Ed's picking up cichlids. How's it going? Hey, Unfiltered Aquarist. So, let's go ahead here now. And, forgot the last thing here that I can show you without walking around. I did win this light in the raffle. So, it's a Aqueon. Let me flip it around here. So, it's a Aqueon 48 to 54 max LED light. So, definitely pretty cool. I do need it. We'll talk about that in just a second. So, basically, since we didn't stream last Tuesday, we had the photography presentation, which I am going to put out on the channel. They did let me film it. I just haven't had a chance to edit it yet. But we had a little bit of a problem here in the barn. So the Wednesday after Aquashella, I did come in, and basically the barn was like raining. So the float switch on this clownfish tank upstairs had stuck on and was leaking water into the barn. So that wasn't good. So got that cleaned up, but I did replace that with the Neptune overflow system, which is a little pricey, but at that point we needed to do something different. So there are going to be some other changes here too. The plywood tank kind of is leaking as well. So actually that's sitting outside right now, and I'm actually going to take that space in a different direction. We'll save that for another time, but kind of got motivated by watching some videos today to do something a little bit different with that space. So I'll show that to you guys when that's completed and when that's ready to go. From there, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the plants, because they were giving away free plants at the end. So let me flip the camera, and then I will flip the mic. So let us... Okay, so we've got cichlids, and then we've got... So, got the other mic on now. So we flipped the mic, we flipped the camera, and we flipped the screen. So we can go now. So let's go ahead and take a walk. Hey, Michael Thornley, how you doing? So let's go ahead and take a little walk. So we're gonna fall here because I got too much junk in here right now because we're in project mode again. So if you go in here, I just kind of got them in here, but Tropico was giving away a bunch of free plants. So there's some like Hatonia, there's some Sagittaria in here. So I've got these guys sitting here until I can figure out where to plant them at. But that was pretty cool of them. And then I think that was it. And then let me show you the fish I took to the show. I'll show you how those guys are doing. So they're all sitting over here. All the Geos are over here. The one that I took was in the back corner. Because I was going to take this big guy, but he's got a big notch out of his fin. So we'll hit some more of that. Show it a little bit later, and then we can head upstairs and we'll look at the geophagus, or not the geophagus, but the Pundamelia nairi as well. So let's go through here. So one thing I will show you guys is since the plywood tank was leaking, I did move these guys to the 90 that was over here. So I've got all the cichlids in here now. They're doing pretty well in here. I've basically given them nothing to fight over, so they're all kind of getting along in here pretty well. And then let's kind of head upstairs for a second. I'll show you the Pundamelia. So we're in a little bit of a state of disarray right now. And then the one thing I've got to do here is I got to take care of these fish. We'll do that. Maybe we'll do that while we're here. So those guys have actually, I got to get these guys out and fed, so you can see them kind of in there. And then flip this back around. And then these guys still have the yolk sacs on them, but doing pretty good. And then all the Pundamelia are fine. So they didn't look like this at the show. That's a little unfortunate, but kind of what happens. See anything else? No, I don't think there's anything else. So since we're here, we'll do a little project. I'll show you guys how to set up a Marina breed-on box real quick. So let me flip this over here. Make sure that we don't lose this. All right. Maybe this one. Not gonna work very well, is it? All right, we'll have it there. We're going to open the breeder, the box here. All right, so I've got the box open now. See how much of it you guys can see. We can maybe turn that just a tad right there. All right, got you guys turned there, so hopefully you can see it. So we've got our box here. We're going to take out got these little clips in it that I don't really use, but take the clips out. Go there. Pop these out. Box will sit right here. There's some little feet for it too. So So basically, if you hook the air up, you hook this up like this. This goes, there's a tube here, it goes like this. This goes in here. That'll go in there. Hook that up. Feet, these are the feet. So these are the feet, and they hook onto the bottom of the box right here, so that keeps this level. So your airline, pop this off for just a second, maybe. So your airline's gonna go right here, or your, so you're gonna hook that there. Flip it around that way actually. Little groove, there's a little groove right here you can stick it in. Oh, you gotta go through the bottom of that. There you go, go through the groove. And then this little piece is important right here. So this piece will direct the flow down. All right, pull this out for a minute. There we go. That's better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the All right, we got an empty thing here. We're gonna fill a little bit of this with water so we can capture the fish in here. You got that? So let's pop this off. There's our cichlids are out. We'll pop the earth stone off of this. Put that in there. Maybe will fit in there, maybe. How else we take it out of it? There we go. Spitting water through there. Put it on your, put your cover on. Slide these clamps back on if you want. Maybe. All right, so I'll be unwind you guys. and I'll get you back over. We'll go over to the other screen. So, but we've got the fryer in here now. So they're all moved and everything. I know the glare is terrible, but all right, let's go ahead and head back down. So I can't see the chat when we do this, so you have to bear with me for a few minutes when we do that. So let's flip the cameras back around. All right, so I am back here. So let me go ahead and take a look. So, all right. Let's see where we were at. So, let's see. Let's go back all the way up here. Oh, wow. I missed a ton of chat. Little daylight savings time. Dr. Black, your view is not used. It's the view. Yeah, the view is a little rough on this. I apologize with the camera. So Chris is here. Hey, how's it going, Chris, from Multi-Tank Addiction? Hey, Zen Ginger. Aquatic Nest, how's it going? Hello, Mr. J's Fish Keeper. So, Mike's the plumber. Yeah, so this is the other camera. So, let me see. Kaylor's here. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Hello, Anna's Hobbies. Skipper's, I think I got Skipper's Aquarium already. Fishing Fever. Alright, so I think we're good. Alright. So, alright guys. So definitely we'll have to go ahead and get that taken care of, but I'll have to work on the glare. Probably just need to clean the lens on the phone. But if you guys were able to see it, that was what was important. So, oh boy. Yeah, I figured you guys were watching and chatting. So, let's go ahead now. We'll get the Facebook post of the week, and then we'll get some more. We'll get into some more aquatic experience stuff, and some more fish room stuff as well. So let's try the first post of the week. All right, and so first one is can you? Can't talk. Good Lord. Can I put clownfish in a tank to help with the cycling process? Hell no. Sorry for. Oops, that was probably shouldn't have said that. Nope. There's better ways to do that now. A lot of people used to use damselfish back in the day, but now you need to. You can use live rock. You can use someone else's rock, someone else's sand. You could use just food. Just take a shrimp or something, leave it in the tank. So you just need an ammonia source and something to break down, and that's how you do it now. And then that one kind of like got my dander up a little bit, I guess. I thought that was yeah, Chromis. Yeah, Chromis are damsels, big J's. chromis are kind of funny, actually, like the green chromis. They seem to like, you buy them in like an even number, and then next thing they're gonna, they start picking each other off, and then you're left with like 2 to 3 fish. So they're kind of a pain that way, unfortunately, because they make like a cool kind of shoal. But if you really want a shoaling saltwater fish, you want to get some sort of cardinal fish. I kind of like they're clear with the blue body. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. So the next one, this comes from Chris Lukup. Got to hang out with him some at the Aquatic Experience. Had dinner with him Sunday night, so that was pretty nice. But he, no, not the Bang guys. I'll show them to you in a second, Chewy. I'll do the screen share and I'll show them to you. But these are some sort of platy that Chris had found. They're in Germany. You can see the black gonopodium on them. So pretty cool fish. So yeah, clear with kind of the blue body. Name will come to me in a minute, Bob. But yeah, these were pretty cool. We talked about this a little bit at dinner. He mentioned these, and so I figured I'd pull the picture up. And then the last one here is another saltwater one. These are angelfish in a reef tank. I'm going to say that you can, but there are certain corals you cannot put with angelfish. Like things like zoanthids. If you put like the zoanthids with angelfish, those are gone. Like they'll just have those for a snack. And I knew, like I had that one time, and I knew the angelfish would eat them when I kind of switched the tank, and they just plowed those over. So we're gonna leave that for the post of the week. And then let me share the screen. Not that screen. Hold on. Is that the one I wanted? That wasn't what I wanted either. Hold on. I got this all screwed up now. There we go. Oh, from the chat. Sorry. I need the flipper. And we'll look up saltwater fish. Tell you immediately which one it is. Oh, come on. Where is it? Where? Yeah, of course they're not in here. Thread fins right here, these ones. These are the ones that I think are really good shoaling fish. So that's the one I would look at if you're looking for a shoaling fish. But it's they're a little bit harder to raise than the Bang guys. So let's flip that back over here for a minute. Hold on. Shoot, I missed one thing. So I'm going to leave you guys with just a second with the cichlids. And I realize I didn't download something I want to. So just give me 1 minute. Because it's kind of germane to part of the aquatic experience. Shoot, did I not? All right, so we're gonna put this photo up here. So we'll talk about the photo here. So this is the fish that won at the Aquatic Experience. So if you guys watched the video or my live stream from Saturday, there was a little bit of a controversy. I guess I don't really call it controversy. That's the wrong word. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding, a little bit, but I thought it was kind of. I wish I would have brought the fish a day earlier, but that's the Geophagus I entered. That was Sunday, so he wasn't looking as good Sunday, but these two fish were like trolling each other all of Sunday, so I thought it was kind of fun. I did learn. I thought these were Heckleized, but they're actually Althafrons, so that's pretty interesting as well. Let me look at the chat here. So yeah, so that's the kind of what happened with the contest. Let's go ahead. The one thing I thought was interesting, and this picture will probably not show it justice, unless I blow it up a little bit, maybe like that, is the judges did say that that my fish had a sunken belly, which I was kind of like, no. So yeah, that fish to me doesn't look like it has a sunken belly, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but you know, it was at a hill I was gonna die on. I was just kind of curious. Thought that was a little strange, but whatever. So let's go ahead now. And yeah, but it was funny is that the Geo won like the best in show. I mean, it says it's supposed to be bloated. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, I usually don't kind of rant about stuff or complain, but I kind of thought it was bad that they only judged like the top 3 fish in each class. So no, I agreed. It's like being an official in sports, right? So I mean, that fish is clearly, better than mine, for sure. The one thing this one didn't have I thought was interesting is there wasn't a second tail spike here. Generally, I think geos are supposed to have the 2 spikes here, but that's neither here nor there at this point anyway. But yeah, so they picked the top 3, so they didn't score everyone's fish, which I thought was kind of unfair. So I mean, my fish weren't, I think there was 5 geos, so both of mine got scored. And then my Pundamilia, there was only 3 Victorians. But yeah, so I kind of, if I were running it, I would do it a little bit differently, so at least people would get a score. I mean, you paid the money, you brought the fish down there, and you should. And I know it's to save time or whatever, but you should really get a score. I mean, like I said, I'm not complaining about the event at all. I mean, Scott did a great job running it, but yeah, yeah, we kind of went back and forth on what the fish was, but oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's no big deal. I just thought it was interesting, right? It was that the way that they kind of ran it with that, only having the 3 people judge it, but what are you gonna do? So this fish was actually local. I actually met the guy who won it for a minute. So yeah, this fish was from New York. He had like a New York T-shirt on it. So So, yeah, no, it's not like I said, guys. It's not a big deal, and I'm not complaining. You know, it's one of these things. Like, you know, I've played sports for a lot of years. You know, you win some, you lose some, and you know, it's just you know, people are, we're all human beings. We make mistakes. It's not a big deal. Like, I wasn't really upset. I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you. I'm like, okay, but you know, it was a good event. Yeah, Susie, your bird is something else. I don't know if I could handle a bird. I think that's out of my realm. Oh yeah, I mean, like I was telling somebody, you know, I go to these events to learn things. So, I mean, I went to Corey's business talk, learned some things there. You know, I learned from all the people that I hung out with there. So, definitely, definitely something, you take from it, right? That's how it works. And so, you got to see the score sheet, which I thought was pretty cool. So you got to learn a little bit as well. So, apparently, yeah, that's a great show. Honestly, I know there was some controversy last year. I didn't hear of anything being left. I mean, people adopted out the Hikari Bettas from last year. So, yeah, like, I'm not gonna like fight with those people, right? Like, yeah, I bought them at a pet store. I'm not gonna be like, you know, I'm not gonna start throwing shade. So, but yeah, Cichlid show was well run. I helped Scott tear down a little bit. I know Chris did quite a bit with him as well. Oh, no problem. See you later, Ron and Rob. So you're hearing next year is the last year for it? Okay. I was hearing that this year might even be the last year, but we'll see. I mean, it's kind of a tough turn, right? I mean, this whole because you had Aquashella 2 weeks ago, you had the Aquatic Experience last weekend, and then you had, and then you have next weekend you have Reefa Palooza in Chicago again, and then for the Sigla people you have the OCA. Yeah, I like AE actually. It's last year there was a little bit too much drama, which I won't go into, but I still had fun last year. This year was awesome. So had a really great time there. So yeah, it was bad timing. Aquashella was in August last year, so I don't know what happened with that, but I don't get involved with that stuff. But I am thinking about entering fish again at the OCA. I've not been kind of thinking about it. The classes were are a little bit different at the OCA, but yeah, I mean they're both beautiful fish. Yeah, so Aquashella is going to be in Dallas next year, so that'll be interesting as well. Oh yeah, it was kind of funny. I mean, I'll go flip it back to me so you guys can see me instead of looking at the fish. But one of the things that was interesting is when I was filming like the aquascaping competition and the shrimp competition, the guys were pretty gung ho. I mean, there was a lot of, I wouldn't say attitude. Let me think of how I'd want to put it. Just a lot of I'll call it commentary. Because I'd kind of sit and film and I'd listen. Yeah, I can see the horse shows too with a lot of the money that goes on in that. Probably, like, the more money you have, the more I'll call it stuff. No, I was filming with a different shirt on, Brian. I had a Fish Barn shirt that I made for the event. It's on Teespring, but I'll kind of roll the Teespring stuff out. I don't know if I'm going to use Teespring for merch, or something else. But that's another conversation for another day. I was gonna go, I want to do some more research because I wasn't really happy with the with kind of the quality of the shirt, like how the printing came out. Like some of it was really good, and then some of it wasn't so bad, or was kind of I wasn't really happy with. So let me see. So it's 9:41. You guys got any questions? Or actually, I'll talk a little bit more about the fish barn too, with about the leaking and stuff. So yeah, basically, it took out some equipment too. So I was down a couple lights. So some other stuff like that. Um, so I really don't have to. See you later, Skipper. How's it? Thank you for coming by. But I'm kind of working on a different sort of project. It kind of came to mind to me with some of the videos I've been watching lately. And this was some of my background in breeding. So I'm gonna play around with some different projects coming up here. But I got the stuff to set it up. So I just want to know from you guys in the chat, are any of you guys going to either Motor City Aquarium Society auction, Grand Rapids auction, or the Ohio Cichlid Association meeting? I know Scott's going to the OCA, but just kind of seeing who in the chat might want to go or might be going. So Q is not. Yeah, I figured Q wouldn't come out here, but yeah, I got the judge's notes, Chewy. The Pundamilia did a little bit better. He wasn't colored up as much as he is like in the upstairs, which is kind of unfortunate because he may have won if he was. Because the fish that won was I've never even seen it before, but it was a white or it was a yellow, kind of a yellow tubular fish. So I'll have to check out what kind of fish that is when I go back through the videos. But he, other than that, like the 11-hour trip, they took that pretty well. They just didn't really color up, especially the Pundamilia. Like, they when they're upstairs up here, they've got all the males and everything. They were on fire for sure. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, Pundamilia niuria is pretty common. I was playing around a bit with. No, it wasn't a late lupi. It was a Victorian. But it was. Yeah, I'd have to look at what it was. It was. But yeah, like I was playing around with the Haplochromis anteacolor, and that fish. That fish is a death tornado. Like literally, that is an angry, angry fish. Yeah, I was happy with how they did. I mean, yeah, it was one of the it was a hap of some sort. Oh, do I have sound or is it just Melvin? That should have sound. Can I just get a sound check real quick just to make sure? Okay, sounds good. Okay, thanks, Chris. All right, so so that was kind of cool to see some of the fish. I mean, I got into the Pundamilia nyreyi by going to AE last year, so that was pretty cool to see. Kind of come back full circle, and again, and then show that fish. So that would be a fish I would take to the OCA. But you know what? Let's screen share real quick. I'll pull up the OCA website, and we'll look at the. Let's go. Pull the classes up here. We'll talk for a minute. All right, so we've got the show class here. We've got discus, angelfish, like the smaller cichlids, the pistos, microgeophagus, etc. Central American 6 inches and under, Scots fish. All other Central Americans over 6 inches. All other South Americans 6 inches and under, and all other South Americans over 6 inches. So, and then, so we've got, then we get to the Old World, and then they've got haplochromines, which are the Victorian ones, the Malawi ones. You got the Jacob Freibergii, all the other peacocks, Mbuna. I would actually take some of my Mbuna as well. So, and then you've got like Juliochromis, and related Tanganyikan substrate brooders, Tanganyikan mouth brooders except Frontosa, and then you've got kind of like the catch-alls for there. And then you've got catfish, and then art apparently. So and then there's a kids class which is any fish or other aquatic pet, and there's a couple trophies, etc. But so the classes were a little bit different. Yeah. I think it was like, oh wait, let me go back up here. Yeah, that's the guy that was on the thumbnail, Chris. He's the guy that bought that Severum. So, good night, Q. Have a good night. Yeah, so it was, yeah, he paid $225 for that fish. I don't think I would part with my Severums, though, because it's, wild caught. But, at the same time, that's a lot of money. That was more than I paid for mine, but still. Yeah, I'd have to think about it if I were to enter in these classes, what I would bring. I might bring the Geo again. I wouldn't bring the one with the bad tail on it right now. And hopefully that will heal up at some point. But and then I am getting some fish from Dan as well. So I am getting some real Geophagus Heckelei from Dan. So they're going to go in that same tank with the Ultrafrons and some of the other fish. So it should be interesting. But there are going to be quite a few changes coming into the fish room barn. The fish room barn. God, I must be tired. So I'm not sure yet what all the changes are going to be. Some of them are going to be breeding related. But I think I am going to change the 225-gallon tank into something different. Not sure if it's going to be South American, put all the South American fish in that tank, or if it's going to be African. I'm not sure yet. But, we'll figure it out. Hey, Cichlids23, how's it going? So, do you guys have any questions? We got about 10 minutes left or so. But we are going to kind of amp up the breeding now that we've gotten through kind of the show turns and stuff like that. So, and then Dr. Black does come on next, as well as JH Aquatics is going to be on tonight at 11. So, definitely take a look for those two. So, got to spend some time with JH as well this weekend, so that was a lot of fun too. We did have the worst dinner probably of all time. At least one of the worst dinners I can remember. We were there for like 2.5 hours, didn't get our food. And then some of it was like like the plate had like melted cheese on it, and no one had cheese. I mean, it was just kind of a, it was kind of a word that, call it cluster, and another word that I won't say on the air. So, but it was a great conversation. And then you guys definitely need to stick around for JH's stream if you can stay up for it. So I think they've got that room pretty tricked out now, that hotel room. So one thing I am going to bring next year too is I am going to bring a cart of some sort, just to carry the. Excuse me. Dog came on. Bob asked if I could have any Africans. Yeah, I've got some. I might do. Yep, I'll do the Pundamilia again. Because it's Victorian, and people don't. A lot of people don't play around with Victorians. I had a great time at AE. I think AE kind of get. Well, last year they deserved a bad rap in some aspects because of what happened with the betas and stuff. So I think that turned off a lot of content creators. And then with Aquashella being the same time, basically that kind of tapped people out of fundage and time. Having them so close together. I do have a couple of Severums done, so but yeah, so I think AE kind of got a bad rap, and so I think a lot of people were turned off by it, but I had a good time. From if you want to play the content creator value game or whatever, I mean, that show both years I've been, it's always been good to me in terms of picking up subscribers. Not that that's the main reason you go. But, I mean, I went through quite a few stickers, stuff like that, too. So, I mean, I had a good time. So, and then, honestly, I kind of like it when it's smaller. It's a little bit more, I mean, I don't use the word intimate, but I guess it kind of is. It's a little bit more time to, talk with everyone instead of it being like a whirlwind. Biggest fish I have is probably the Severums and stuff right now. Severums or those Geos. Yeah, that's probably about it. The saltwater angelfish is gone, so that was the biggest one. Yeah, so I don't know yet where the saltwater side for me is going to go. I've been messing around with some ideas in my head a little bit about where to kind of take the saltwater side. But freshwater side, breeding-wise, it's all systems go. Going to be looking for some broodstock for sure at the auction. And then I got to figure out, especially for Grand Rapids, what I'm going to take. I've not produced as many fry as I would have liked, and they're not the size I want yet, which is driving a little bit of some of the changes here as well. So, and then I've got to get the plants planted, get some aquascaping done. Melvin, I'm not sure. I know someone in the chat earlier said that they were going to have it because they have a contract. I've heard other people say that it's not going to happen. No, there was a beta competition. It was hard to film it, so I didn't. But there was a ton of betas. Amber got a whole ton of fish. So yeah, mine are from the Rio Nene. They're like the red shoulders. So, but trying to think of what else we've got. Fish losses have kind of subsided, which was good. Angelfish, I have to see kind of as we're getting settled back into the normal routine how the spawning's going. So that's kind of it actually. So do you guys have any last questions here? We got about 3 minutes left before Dr. Black is on. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got to meet Katie from Aquarium Co-op, which was awesome as well. She was wonderful. I got to see Lisa and John again from KG Tropicals. I think of anyone else that I've. Hey Joe Coffee, how's it going? I'm trying to think of anyone else that I've met that I saw there. No, I don't have any big angelfish. I had one, and unfortunately he passed, but he was not show quality. He had the fin on the top was bent over. It was bent over like this. Yeah, the platies, Chris Lukup had them, and they were in Germany. So I have no idea how you would get them. Unless he just, like, rolls up with them one day somewhere. So, yeah, I'm not very well versed in betas at all. But, I'll flip the camera over for a second. I'm not going to flip the volume. But I'll flip the camera over and I'll walk you over to see the Severums real quick. So we've been talking about them. So flip that. Get rid of the picture. Get rid of the picture. Take the camera. And you see that my desk is a mess. And we're going to go up around the project. We're not ready for that yet. So there's one of them right there. They were from the Wild Caught from the Rio Nene. They are up here. Here we can start to take them out. It's been kind of almost a year now, but they were kind of shot. It's actually been kind of good having them in with the deals. It's all kind of deals that kind of stick this whole area out here. Several of them here. When I add the other deals, it'll be kind of interesting. Oh, and it's 10 o'clock. We just lost the light. All right, so hey Shelby, let me see, Don, anything else? Yeah, they have good color, Bob, but their deportment's a little bit. I wouldn't be comfortable bringing them to a show because they're just not. their deportment's a little bit off. But so it looks like my time's up. So go ahead and head on over to Dr. Black. If you've not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit all the notification bells and everything, so you don't miss any updates here. Sunday's video, not exactly sure yet what that's going to be, which thing it's going to be, but I'm thinking it's going to be the cichlid, how I took the cichlids to the show and everything. So I think that's what I'm leaning towards, but not completely done yet. So go ahead and check out Dr. Black, and my time's up. So stay fishy, keep on breeding, and we'll catch you on the next one.